Hello, Internet. It's Daniel with Driving and Dragons, and I'm back again with another hook for game masters to use to get their games rocking and rolling. Today, we're going to talk about the bad moon hook. See you on the other side. So the bad moon hook. How's that old CCR song go? I see a bad moon rising. I see trouble on the way. Well, that's exactly how this particular Game Master tactic works. This is another good character hook to drag your players into the right direction so that they go on the adventure as opposed to run off and do random stuff. So what do I mean by the bad moon hook? This is completely opposite to the crisis hook that I spoke about last time. The crisis hook is an interruption. It is a piece of chaos. It is something that is not well orchestrated, or at least it doesn't seem orchestrated. You clearly set it up, but in game, it seems like something that randomly happens out of the blue, especially if it's a panic button. This is a very methodical hook that guides the players in the correct direction. If the crisis hook is shoving the players with a pole, this is guiding them with a leash or guiding them with a rope. The way the bad moon hook works is, and I take the name from the Creedence Clearwater song Bad Moon, which is about seeing the signs of trouble, seeing the signs of a problem. Not anything super direct, but it's like, hey, there's ominous happenings, there's omens out there, there's things that point towards there being a problem that you may need to happen. The way this plays out in your role-playing games is you don't give your players any clear direction where to go, okay? You let them kind of, for lack of a better term, sandbox things for a little while. They're going to walk around, they're going to find, they're going to go to town and do their shopping, they're going to look around for, go talk to people, look for bounty hunter jobs. They really are not going to have a tremendous amount of guidance up front, but there's going to be little things that are off that you're going to bring to their attention. Little things that are all point towards, not towards something specific, but towards something being not right. Such as it being, you can start off with something very, very mood setting and something that seems like it has nothing to do with the adventure, such as the weather. It's a very cold day for a midsummer. It's an extremely hot day for winter. So, for instance, in Dragons of Summer Flame, which is the Dragonlance novel by Weiss and Hickman, they discuss things about how it's uncommonly hot, regardless of time of year or anything else. Everything seems strange. You can put that out there. It's like, hey, why is it's muggy and it's 90 degrees outside in the middle of winter? That's not right. Something strange. It's going to have other things like, as Lovecraft used to use in a lot of his Eldritch horror writing, there's a strange smell of fish when you're way inland. There's a smell of salt water and brine in a place it shouldn't be. A faint smell of rot that doesn't add up. And you're going to guide these things. You're going to increasingly have things that are more out of place and more suspect that the players pick up on. Things like, oh, the miller's daughter is missing. Well, the miller's daughter is a whore, so that's not uncommon. She probably just ran off with the wrong guy this time, and now she's been captured by bandits or something like that. People are just going to kind of write it off. That's not common. Oh, the blacksmith's daughter disappeared. Well, she's always running off into the woods and stuff on her own anyway. Poor thing probably got attacked by wolves or fell down a ravine or something. We've told her not to go explore in that area many, many times. And it's going to get more and more. Like, then you're going to have somebody who disappears who everybody is shocked because it makes no sense for them to disappear. It's like, wait a second. That person is Johnny on the spot, never an issue, reliable as can be. How are they late? And everything needs, it's going to start off super, super vague. But everything needs to eventually kind of point in a right direction, just in the general direction of your adventure. So let's do a quick little example, quick little sample of how the bad moon might work. We'll use some of the stuff that I've already mentioned as just kind of off-the-cuff examples. It's a strange winter, and there is just a weird heat. And it's strange for the adventurers because they just came. I mean, they're coming into this area, into this hamlet, wearing their winter gear because it was freezing cold. But now, I mean, they're having to strip their coat off, throw the furs aside, drop their chainmail. It is blistering hot now, and they don't understand why. Like, this is really strange for this time of year. And there's a mugginess about it with a slight sense of rot. You ask the villagers, and like, oh yeah, it's just it's a hot day. It's a hot sun or a hot winter for some reason. It's very strange. Perhaps the gods are mad at us or something. And it's like, well, the gods are mad at you. Why are the gods mad at you? That's kind of odd. And maybe you do a little bit of digging and you find out that the gods are mad because there was a miller's daughter who had spoke out against the church and must have angered the gods because she rejected the high priest's son. And everybody has now a bad opinion of her, saying that she's a strumpet and that she's of low moral character, and she, her rejection of the holy priest's son just goes to prove that she, that there's no divinity in her, and now she's angered the gods because they rejected her chance at redemption. And something's just off. But then the blacksmith's daughter disappears that night. When the players stay the night, whether they're going to explore this or ignore this, the blacksmith's daughter disappears. She's always out there towards the old mines, and we don't know why she's always out there. That place has been abandoned for a century, and it's dangerous, and we tell her all the time, but I guess we're going to have to put a party together. But with this heat and with us scrambling to try and make sure that our winter stores don't rot because of the weather, we just don't have time to send somebody to look for. Well, then all of a sudden, as the players are looking around, if they're not already going out there, and if they do go out there, they're going to find signs. They're going to find where she dropped her brooch, where the guild, where they find something that was the cleric's holy symbol out there, just on the side of the road. Little things that are pointing them that they're going in the right direction, and there's more than meets the eye here. That gets them on their adventure, okay? If you have to, you're going to have like the mayor's daughter disappear, the mayor's son disappear, the town constable is going to go off to look for the blacksmith's daughter, and he's going to disappear too, and that's going to be really strange. He's not going to be back by sundown like he said he was. Matter of fact, he's not even going to come back the next day. And when the players go to look at this mine, what have we got? Well, turns out that the cleric's son has actually turned and is an evil cleric and has been using magic to manipulate people. He's trying to do a great summoning. That's the reason why the air is so strange around here, is that he has created in this, what everybody says is an abandoned mine, there's an old temple to an ancient dark god, and he has created an area of deep and abiding evil that is causing these bizarre weather changes. And the smell of this rot is because he has raised he has raised skeletons and zombies and ghouls from the dead of the ancient, of ancient people who were buried near this, what near this mine. Ancient sacrificed victims, long dead, have been raised into these terrifying undead, and he's captured all these people. In fact, he's probably killed the blacksmith's daughter because she was just kind of out there doing her thing, and she stumbled across where he kidnapped this girl that he wants to have that rejected him. And he's got the constable, and he's either about to kill him, or he's already executed the constable when the players get there, or the constable was executed long before they got there, depending on how long it takes them to get off their butt and go find the adventure. But there's your adventure. Your adventure is this good cleric is really evil, and he is creating this undead from this unholy ancient site that's buried deep in this mine and has all this undead. But the hook that got them interested in thinking at this pass through town, at this nothing stop, was the bad moon. There's a bad moon rising. This can be done in the middle of an adventure. This can bail you out as a game master when you're in the campaign. They've progressed through several things you've written out way faster than you thought they would. You're not ready for the next part of the main story. So when they stop at this random village to resupply, or on their journey between point A and point B, hey, guess what? Bam. The bad moon is there. Maybe we should stop and investigate this. And it's going to get a little bit more direct each time they go through. They're going to find a mystery. The beautiful thing about human beings is that we have a burning need to know things. Humans don't like to leave a clue uninvestigated. It's just not in our nature. We are curious beings as a whole. When you give them the bad moon, unless they are just simply trying to derail the game, 9 times out of 10, they're going to want to explore it. You may have a character who's just like militantly dedicated to the path, who's like, no, we have to get to point B. We have to get to point B. We can't delay. We don't have time to delay. But the other players, all it takes is one more slightly more direct hook, and the other players are going to be like, no, we got to stop and look at this. Especially if they're good players, we can't leave these people to suffer. It's going to be there, and it's a great way to set up that kind of adventure. So let me know, when's the last time you used a bad moon, whether you realized it or not. What are some of your favorite tips and tricks? What are some of your favorite little things to kind of set up that kind of hook? And let me know in the comment section below, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.